Hello, Cancer. Thank you very much for tuning into your love read. For the main part of your read, I'm using the Spellcaster's Tarot by Melanie Marquis, illustrated by Scott Murphy. For the supportive oracle cards, I'm using the Angel Answers Oracle cards by Dorian Virtue and Radley Valentine. Alright, I already shuffled. First half is going to be relationship, second half is single, and I put the oracle cards out as needed. Cancer. Herman's back. Stop. Okay. Okay. Herman. I don't know why I'm calling him Herman today, but apparently that's the thing. The devil card I'm referring to as Herman. He's showing up on your partner's side as where your partner is standing. And it says no need to worry. So I feel like whatever the moment is, it's going to pass. I feel like a lot of times this card comes in, like, I can't just pinpoint it to one action or one feeling, but I'm getting like it's upset energy. But the no need to worry, like, I feel like your partner's going to be able to move on from it. But they're upset. I feel like they're upset. And very, very, there's a lot of emotion behind it. So, they're angry. It's the devil card. Or what am I going to say? Who I like to call Herman lately, for whatever reason. I feel like he's the unwanted guest to a party. It's like, oh, here's Herman. Showed right up again. Great. The interesting thing is that I feel like this is where it's going. Because where it starts off from, and what this is based off of, it seems, is the Sun card. Your partner is really happy to begin with, and then some change pops in. This is after. You got the Death card. Very happy with how the situation is. The Death card hits. That creates the devil, because your partner did not want to lose the Sun. Did not want to lose the moment. The Death card comes in and says, we're done with that, and this upsets your partner. They're going to get over it, but I feel like it's because they really have no choice. But I feel like this is kind of setting the stage for what's going on here. Now, like Pisces, this is different. This is different for you. This card feels different for you. You have the Hanged Man. Same spot that the Pisceans had it in. For you, I feel like you're purposely... I want to say purposely, but I don't know if that's fair. You're realizing you're realizing where your partner is. And I feel like this is kind of going... I feel like this is kind of following along what I've already shown you for your partner. The Sun card, the Death card, the Devil card. When it's good, you're thankful it is. It's good. Are you seeing that? You're not seeing this change coming. Okay. But your partner's happy, so why would you challenge that? Your partner's happy, no skin off your back, you'd like them to be happy anyway, so it's all good. So you're kind of like the Hanged Man in that sense of like, why would I stop that? Why would I cause a problem there? I want my partner to be happy. This is good. The Death card pops in. There's only so much you can do. I feel like you just kind of have to react as it happens. You're still in this Hanged Man energy, I feel. Because it's happening, you're responding as necessary, as expected, but you don't have like the ability to change it or stop it, if that makes sense. I feel like that makes sense, probably easily. So you're still the Hanged Man, like, the situation's still happening, like it went from really good to not so good, but in both spots, like the first time you didn't really want to change it anyway, and why would you? The second part here with the Death card, there's nothing you can do at this point. It's happening. All you can do is react and move forward step by step best you can. Then the Devil card pops in, and you're just I feel like you're kind of witnessing your partner have a minute about it and get very upset. I don't feel like they're angry with you. I don't feel like they're angry with you because it's not like your fault this happened. I don't feel like that. At least it's not coming through like anybody. It's not. You couldn't have done anything. That's how I'm feeling about it. Correct? Okay. So as your partner's upset, and they're like really upset. They're not upset with you per se, but like they might be very easily aggravated. Small things might get under their skin very easily. I almost feel like you're watching them having like these freakouts and getting really upset, and you're just trying to like circumvent and make the situation as easy as possible, but it's still kind of like the Hanged Man. There's still not a lot you can do because your partner's extremely upset, and like the conversation does not go well. They're not in a spot where they really want to talk about it in a work it out way. They're just kind of venting. It's kind of a venting moment, and it's just whew, I don't feel like there's anything you can do to change that right now. So you're kind of like stuck in the Hanged Man mode where you're just kind of watching it kind of play out, and you're waiting for it to kind of like simmer down a bit so you can help. You want to help. I don't doubt that at all. But I'm getting like, if this makes this picture any clearer, the Hangman energy is still coming through, but the first part here is the Six of Pentacles. And I feel like that's like the Hanged Man with the Six of Pentacles, the two of them together is the death part. You're just trying to go along and do what you can, do what you're supposed to do, trying to make it as easy as possible, trying to work along with it. Then after that kind of moves through and your partner's upset, you're then like the Five of Pentacles with the Hanged Man. Like you're trying to not get in the way, you're trying to make it easy, but your partner, I feel, is like too upset. Like they don't want to talk it out, they don't want to feel better, they just want to vent. And it's kind of limiting what you can do at this point. So you're still at that Hanged Man moment. Now, is this after? This is after? Okay. I'm getting like after it. There's a couple things. Is this this is after they're telling me. Okay. Because the way the cards match up, this is out of sequence for yours. But they're telling me this is after. After the Devil card. I feel like your partner's going to try to explain what went wrong, what shouldn't have happened. Like, I feel like there's, like, is this like the grieving process, like the bargaining part? I'm wondering if that's what's going on here. This shouldn't have happened, that shouldn't have happened, this shouldn't be where it is right now. I'm kind of getting that. I'm feeling like this is actually a good thing because they're sorting through it, they're starting to look at it a little closer. But they are definitely going through that moment where, like, this shouldn't have happened, that wasn't right. If this went this way, like, kind of like bargaining, denial type going on there, going through it, trying to like pick it apart, like this shouldn't have happened. I'm getting that energy first off. And I feel like they're just sorting through it in a way they can handle. Like clearly it's the situation happened. What should have or shouldn't have happened is one thing. It's not going to change what did happen. But this is a way they can handle sorting through it and talking about it and dealing with it. So it may seem counterproductive, but I feel like it's really doing them good because they're talking about aspects. They're looking at it a little deeper, but I feel like it's going at it in the sense of like, this shouldn't have happened, that was wrong. If this happened this way, that would have happened there. Like, I feel like it's going through like almost kind of like a little bit of denial, a little bit of bargaining, that type of thing. But this goes on for a moment, however long that is. A moment could be a couple hours, a couple days, could be a couple weeks, possibly. I don't think it's going to be that long though. Couple hours, couple of days sounds more realistic. But they're going to go through this period. When this passes, I got the Four of Cups, and it's not the right time, but I'm noticing more the angel on there. Just kind of like, leave me alone. I'm feeling like this person needs some time to really sort this out. Whatever it is that went bad, or whatever caused the death card here, this is really, really upsetting to your partner. Extremely upsetting. And they just want to be left alone. I feel like they're sorting it out on their own. They're sorting through their thoughts. The part where they talked it out that I just explained, that served its purpose. That got them to this point. After this point, where they have a moment where they just kind of sort it out, kind of decompress within themselves, I do see them coming forward again. Now, when they're going through this moment where they're kind of like, they don't want to talk, they want to be left on their own, I'm seeing this Ten of Wands for you because the situation, like, your relationship is okay. I don't feel like you'd be in any worry about that, but the communication has kind of been shut off. You know it's temporary. You're aware of that, but it's stressful. Because they were talking for a moment there, but I feel like you're at this point. You're kind of like, I understand this is what has to happen right now. It's not about what I want to happen. It's about what's best for my partner, and this is how they handle things. So I feel like you're stepping back. You're aware, even though it's the 10 of Rods here, where you're carrying this heavy burden. You just want to help. You want to know what's going on. You want to know what they're feeling. You're realizing I feel like you're very on point where you realize that this is just how it is for right now. And it's going to come back around. You're looking at it like it's a temporary situation. And if your situation goes along according to what I have down here, I feel like you're correct. I feel like you're allowing this to go forward. You're allowing that shut off of communication because you're realizing your partner needs it and it's a temporary thing. It's just a moment that they have to have, and you're okay with it. I feel like you're okay with it because of where you're seeing it's going to end up. And it's going to be okay after this part passes. You don't like it. It's stressful. But the love for your partner is moving you through it. And you're just like, you know what? It'll be okay. I'll get through this. Life has these moments. Especially because I have what is this, the Emperor? The Emperor on your side. Strong, strength, holding yourself together, looking at the big picture. That's one of the reasons you're doing this. That's why you're allowing this. You're not causing a problem about it. Not that you wouldn't have the right to be like, we're in a relationship, if you need to talk to me. You can't just shut me out. Because I understand some people go that route. But I feel like you're like looking at it at the bigger picture. Like, if I just let my partner have this moment, decompress, just sort through it themselves, that's okay. That's actually good. Because they'll come back around. It's not going to be like this forever. We're not falling apart. It's just this. If I let them have this and I don't push, I feel like you're also looking at it, even if I do push, it's going to cause the situation to amp up again and cause a lot more discord. I need to let them do what they need to do. You're looking at the big picture. I feel like you're looking at your partner, and I feel like maybe you're seeing like where in other situations they've kind of recoiled before when they get completely overwhelmed and they just need that moment. Either that, or you're recognizing this as a situation where they're completely overwhelmed. And if you just stand back and let them breathe, it'll be okay. I don't feel like you're taking it in any sort of offensive way. You're just looking at it like in the big picture. Like, you're just like, this is good for this person. This is good for my partner. I can hold on for this. But even though you're doing this, I'm also seeing in your spirituality the Knight of Wands. You are putting out the message to your partner. When you're ready, I'm here. I feel like you're still touching base. Now, even though the communication is shut off for the most part, they're not complete. Like, I'm feeling like, unless you're not living together, and even then, I feel like you're still touching base where necessary. You're saying, how are you doing today? You're not pushing the issue, but you are making sure that they're okay. You're making sure that they're still breathing. You know what I mean? You're not like, it's not like they're completely vacant. They're just not, they're not talking about the situation with you. That's where this Ten of Wands is. So you are keeping communication out, and every now and then you're reminding them, if you need to talk, I'm here. I just don't want to push. If you need this, I'm here. I feel like there's some things like you're doing things for them. Like, do you want to go to this? Like, if there's some event, they like football, or if there's some dish they like, you make it. If there's certain things they like there's something they collect, you get them a couple pieces, and you just like surprise them with it, just so they know you're on their side. Like, you're just reminding them in very smart ways. You're trying to make it easier on them. I'm getting this, like, especially with the Emperor with you, I feel like you're seeing the big picture. You're just like not taking it in a personal sense. You're just trying to help them move forward. They're having a really hard time with this, and it's not about the right way or wrong way to handle a situation. They're just floored. They're really having a hard time, and you're just trying to make it easier. And if that means you have to step back and do little passive things so that they know you still care, so be it. You'll keep going until the next stage comes in, because they're going to come back to you at some point. All right. Now, I am getting more of a community effort here because you're doing this big picture thing. I'm getting the Nine of Swords with the helpful people is what makes this better for your partner. At some point, I do feel that they do vent how they're feeling. I do get the helpful people there. I feel like you might be one of many, or depending on what the situation is, they might be talking to other people. But if that's the case, I feel like it's again you're looking at it big picture. I don't feel like you're upset with it. I feel like you're okay with it. Because it's not like I don't feel like it's damaging your relationship in any sense. It's just what they need to do to sort this out. And there's like they're having a hard time with this. So they're going through it, and you're seeing the improvement. I don't feel like you're a shutout at this point. Once this communication starts, I feel like you're getting more. I feel like you're hearing more. I feel like it's getting easier. There might be certain people that are closer to a situation or can relate a little better, and that might be why. I'm not exactly sure how this is going to hit for you. It is a general read. But whatever's going on here, I feel like you see it for... I'm getting, again, Emperor here. You're seeing the bigger picture. You're seeing the improvement. You're seeing your partner feel better. And I don't feel like it's bad in any sense. You're okay with it. You're seeing improvement. You think this is good. This is necessary. And it's moving the situation forward. It's healing. You're okay with it. So I'm not sure... At the end here, they might be talking to you more. They might not. But the situation is improving. If they're not talking to you as much... you're still getting some insight about what's happening with them, and you're feeling more comfortable. It's not like the situation is completely off the books anymore, completely off limits to talk about. But if you're not getting the information from them, you're getting enough here and there to understand how they're feeling and how they're dealing with it. If that's happening, though, there's a reason for it, and I feel like you have this Emperor view of this situation where you understand why, and I don't feel like it's a problem. But it is going in a better direction. Okay. I think we're good with the couples read. Let's go into Capricorn singles. For the most part, I think that's a difficult situation, but for what it is, I feel like at the end it starts shaping up a little bit, so that's good. Again, it's general read, so maybe you'll be fortunate, and it'll just be sunshine and roses at this time for you, and you won't have to worry about it. So hopefully it works out the best for you. And if you need that information, hopefully it makes your life easier. So there we go with that. I saw the devil card, and I was just like, where are we going with this? Seems like the whole situation was rough in my opinion. Let's do Cancer singles. So I stopped talking about the last one. I could channel my energy in a different way here. Cancer singles. Alright, let's do some oracle cards here. Cancer. Nope, they want that. So we're going to stop. Alright, Cancer singles. Alright. I'm just going to start reading. I have a quick flash about where I think this is going, but we'll find out. The World card. This is usually going into a whole new phase of life. That seems to be where you're standing. Somebody you're interested in, your feeling is going into a whole new phase of life. Are you going into that phase with them? I feel like that's where you're standing. Are you going into this new phase with them? Is this going to start a whole new phase? Because it's where you're standing. It's not like a position about what's happening. It's about where you're standing. You're thinking your life is going into a whole new phase. This person is going to bring you forward. Is that correct? Yes. Now, there's some conflicting cards here. But before we get to those, the base of this is the King of Cups. really, that's where this is. You have feelings here, and it's kind of reminding me of the Pisces read. Like, there's similarities between Pisces and Cancers today. I don't know if I'm going to do the last water sign today, but still, there's a lot of love here, and you're feeling it, and you're thinking this person is the one. This one's going to move you into the next. Like, you're feeling like this is the one. Yeah? This reading's hitting the person you have your eye on, the person you're feeling for right now. You're like, this is going to be the rest of my life. Okay, so. And I'm also getting that with the Four of Wands. It feels the same way for me on this card. Because that's when I first saw this card. That was my thought. That this is where this is headed. This is the one. This is a union. This is a marriage of some sort. Whatever it is going on there. I have, within the next few months, next to this, I feel like you're going to know within the next few months on where this is going to hit. So I feel like this is kind of going through the motions. I'm kind of curious. Let's go a little farther before I dwell on that too long, because I feel like there's a few factors here we got to talk about. In the past, you had the moon. Now, I'm feeling like in the past you might have thought that this person was not interested. Or they had more interest in someone else. There's a box, I didn't notice till just now, on this card, between the wolf, the dog, and the, is that a crab? No. I think it's a lobster. I could be wrong. Move closer if you want to see it. But that box there, my first thought is Pandora's box. My first thought is Pandora's box. Like, this is something you're getting yourself into. Do you see what's going on in this situation? Do you really have a good handle? One thing about Cancers, if you resonate with that energy, when they fall for somebody, and even when they decide someone is a friend, they have a hard time seeing fault in that person. They will always look at a situation optimistically for the person they love, or the person that's their friend, aka love, in that sense, friendship. But that can be one of the Achilles for Cancer, and I'm getting this Pandora's box feel because I'm kind of worried that there's like something going on here you might not be seeing clearly. And if you resonate with that energy, like you'll fight it. You'll be like, there's nothing wrong here. No, everybody deserves a chance. Like, that's usually the energy that kicks up with that. Like, every sign has their good and bad traits. Everyone, doesn't matter what one you got. That Pandora's box I'm feeling that here. I'm feeling like you're looking back on the past through rose-colored glasses. I feel like you're looking back on things before that might have turned you away from the situation, and you're re-looking at them as if that wasn't really the situation. If this reading's hitting for you, I'm feeling there's just things in the past here that are showing you certain things about this person you're falling head over heels for, and I'm feeling like you're having some really strong feelings here. And you're starting to do this thing where I feel like you're rewriting the past the way I thought before, but now I think differently, that type of thing. Like, oh yeah, like a couple months ago, I would have said this, that, and other thing about the situation, but now that I know this person better, I don't think that was the case at all. I feel like there's like a rewrite of history, like how you viewed it going on here. And I'm getting the Four of Swords with your mental aspect, like you're having a little bit of like a hard time here. I feel like you're kind of caught between the middle here right now, where you're seeing the situation for what it was, but also not wanting to see negative of this person, so you're kind of torn. I feel like the Four of Swords is saying that you're kind of not wanting to see any negative for this person. You're starting to go that route. You're starting to really just like I feel like you're really rewriting the way you viewed it before. If this is hitting for you, like, take it for a grain of salt. Take it with a grain of salt. I'm getting this Pandora's box thing here, but I'm feeling like that's getting rewritten. And the thing is, I'm also seeing the Ten of Swords going into the King of Pentacles. And I'm kind of getting it's like burying the past? That can't be right. Because the Ten of Swords is loss and ruin. But I feel like it's going behind the King of Pentacles. I'm getting like there's something right now. If this reading is hitting, I really feel like there's something going on right now that really disappointed you or upset you about the situation. But you prefer to forgive. You want to forgive it. And the King of Pentacles wants to hold on. The King of Pentacles wants to take the viewpoint of like everybody's human, everybody deserves a chance. I prefer to forgive and move on from this. But the Ten of Swords, that makes me feel like it was really major, like it really hurt you emotionally. But you want to move on from it. Like again, it's a general read, but if this is hitting for you, that's what I'm getting. Like it hurt. Something happened, but you want to forgive and you want to move on. You want to keep going. Your feelings are like really you're locked in already. And again, the Four of Swords, you're having this hard time. You don't want to let go. You want to believe the best. You want to forgive and move on. You want to look at the situation like, these things happen, and if you can't forgive somebody, how can you expect somebody to forgive you? I'm not perfect. That happens. Things happen. I feel like you're being really forgiving because of how you feel for this person. Extremely forgiving. The thing is, with this situation, I feel like there's a past connection to it. And you've seen this person do this before, with someone else probably. If this reading is hitting, I have to keep reminding people that because people get upset sometimes. If it's hitting. And I feel like this is why this might be hard, because you might be realizing that, and you're trying to forgive. You're trying to find a reason why this time is different. You go in the future here, you got the Two of Swords, being very perplexed. You're caught between how you feel about this person and what you're seeing going on. You don't want to move on from it, but you're afraid to move forward with it at the same time. And I feel like it's less about what should happen and more about how you feel. I feel like it's very perplexing, very hard this moment. Because if your emotions were not into this, if you didn't already have heartfelt feelings for this person, you would have walked away. If you were on the outside of the situation and this was happening to one of your friends, I feel like you would have told them to walk away. But your heart's in this, and you don't want to walk away, and you're still stuck in it because you do not want to walk away. It's not about what's right or what's wrong, it's how you feel. Okay. We're going to keep going forward here, because I got a little bit more going on here. The end result. Five of Swords, Queen of Pentacles. Five of Swords, it makes me feel like you're going to continue to have to fight. The longer you stay in this, you're going to have to continue to fight to stay in it. The Queen of Pentacles, still not wanting to let go. I'm getting that Queen of Pentacles still not wanting to let go. This moment's going to happen sooner than it seems. Because I feel like this, whatever happened here that really broke your heart, it's not going away. And I feel like that's why we're still talking about it at the end here. Like I feel like weeks, maybe months afterwards. It's still going through your thoughts. You're still remembering because you're afraid that it's still happening or it's going to happen again. And you're seeing the history of this person, and you're like, I feel like part of you is like very well aware, but trying your best to see the best. You're trying to find the light here. You're trying to find a good way out. You're trying to find the optimism here. You're doing everything you can because you do not want to walk away. Your heart's in it. It's hard. It's not easy. But this is going to come faster than you think. I'm seeing this in the near future, and I'm feeling it's mostly connected to like you reviewing the situation again. I feel like it's either a few weeks from now or for a couple of years, it's going to be a couple months out. You're going to review it and you're going to really start thinking like, is this ever going to change in the near future? Is this going to change? Like you got the Queen of Pentacles, the way she's looking at that pentacle, she's really looking at the situation She's trying to find the hope. I'm getting a very motherly feel here, like good mother. This is probably going to sound wrong, but I'm just going to say this. Good mothers try to find the best in their children. No matter what they do, they try to love them. They try to find hope. No matter what their child does, they try to love them. They try to do their best to help them, no matter what they've done. And I'm not going to go through like scenarios with that. Like, I think you know what I'm saying. So that's kind of what's going on here. No matter what goes wrong, you're trying to find that hope. You don't want to let go. You have that dedication. I feel like that's the level of dedication. If this is hidden for you, that's what I'm feeling. And you're reviewing it and you're just like, what am I going to do? Yet you seem to stay in the situation because your heart does not want to let go. It's hard. It's really hard. I do see this over here that I do want to talk about. I don't know if I brought it up yet. In the environment, there's the Five of Pentacles with a year from now. The Five of Pentacles, that's being left out in the cold. I'm feeling like sooner or later, this situation is going to come to its fruition. Because I feel like whatever happened here that broke your heart with the Ten of Swords, it's going to repeat. And it'll repeat as many times as it takes until it's over. If this reading hits for you. If this reading is hitting for you, it recently just happened. It's going to happen any moment, one of the two. A year from now is telling me at best you probably have maybe a year and a half at best before this comes to its end. I think you just got to think about how much this is going to, what is this doing to you? And is it offshooting or causing damage in other parts of your life? Because it doesn't seem like there's longevity here. Sooner or later, this situation is going to move on. It's going to have to. I wanted to find like a happier ending to this, but if this is hitting, I feel like it's a fair warning to know what's going on. And maybe, I don't know, Cancers are beautiful. They're beautiful. Like, all signs have their good and bad. But one of the things about Cancers is they give people so many chances, it seems, at least the ones I've known, warranted or not. It bothered because I'm thinking of some that I know that kind of went through something like this, and it's hard to watch when you're a friend of somebody like that, and you want them to see what's happening, but then when you realize they do see what's happening, but they're trying to be as optimistic as possible, and you don't want to like negate it on them, but you really want to help them move on from it because you're not thinking it's a good thing. Like, it's hard to watch, but it's harder to be in it. I don't know. The ones that I know are very open, loving, caring people, and it's just rough to see them go through that. So hopefully this goes a lot better for you, and I'm hoping maybe in the beginning you're recognizing this pattern for what it is, and maybe you're going to step out a lot earlier so that you don't have to like pick up all the pieces a year from now. You can just pick them up now, and hopefully there's not as many. I'm hoping for the best for you. Or maybe even better. Maybe this general read does not resonate with you, and your life is a lot better than this. That's even better. I'm okay with that, be honest with you, because I would hate to see somebody actually have to go through this if they don't. I wouldn't wish this for somebody. How's that? Anything else here? All right. Thank you very much for watching. I'm going to wrap this up. If you'd like a personal reading from me, go ahead, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com, james4astral@gmail.com. Thank you.